In honor of Carey Price getting traded to the San Jose Sharks and never playing a National Hockey League game again, I am going to be putting him back into his prime, back on the Montreal Canadiens to finally win a Stanley Cup. Move on over Samuel Montembeault, a 96 overall, 38-year-old Carey Price, back on this young Montreal Canadiens roster that have guys like Cole Caulfield, Nick Suzuki, and Juraj Slafkovsky. A young rookie in the form of Ivan Demidov at an 85 overall. For some odd reason, we got Patty Laine playing center alongside Alexander Newhook. Then we got Evans, Dak, and Gallagher. Bottom six definitely needs some work. Defensively, we don't look that bad. Lane Hutson is an 88 overall alongside Noah Dobson. We got Mike Matheson playing alongside Caden Gooley. And then our bottom six probably does need some sort of an upgrade. But the good news is we have a prime Carey Price back in Montreal at a 96. The bad news is the man is 38 years of age. He doesn't have a lot of time left whatsoever. I'd say probably 3 to 4 seasons max. So the time on the clock is ticking on Carey Price's National Hockey League career. Can I win him a Stanley Cup? The first order of business is swapping Mike Matheson with Jackson Lacombe from the Anaheim Ducks. He's younger, he's 1 overall less, he does need to be re-signed. I know it's going to be at least a 2-year sim, so I want players that are not going to age out and drop an overall immediately, i.e. Mike Matheson. Using our draft picks and Wi-Fi Arbor Jackeye, we are going to pick up Clevin and Jordan Spence from the Ottawa Senators. Consider it a done deal and consider the Montreal Canadiens a Stanley Cup contender. Drake Batherson would be the perfect second line center on this team, so we're going to give up our young guy in David Reinbacher, who honestly, he's pretty injury prone, hasn't really panned out so far. Throwing in a second and a 4th round draft pick, and consider it a done deal. The Ottawa Senators have accepted my offer. The next guy I'm going to be grabbing is Paul Cotter from the New Jersey Devils. We are going to give up a 5th, a 3rd, and Joshua Waugh from Les Montreal, loading up our bottom 6. We are now going to run with Patrick Laine alongside Drake Batherson and Ivan Demidov. We get a +5 on the second line, +5 on the first line, and then we'll roll out Gallagher, Paul Cotter, and Josh Anderson on the third line. Defensively, we don't really have that good chemistry that we have in our forward core, but we do have Dobson with Hudson, Lacombe alongside Carey, and then Jordan Spence and Caden Gooley. And how could I forget a 96 overall Carey Price? Now, obviously, the Montreal Canadiens are set up to win long-term in the future, but Carey Price, he is here for a good time, not a long time. 38 years old, he might honestly end up retiring at the end of the season. So at the trade deadline, I might have to go all in, spend all my draft picks, and try to get back as much value as possible to make the Montreal Canadiens not only a Stanley Cup contender, but the odds-on favorites to win it all. Thankfully, at the trade deadline, we do have a good record, 39-19-5. It is now time for me to wheel and deal. How about Alex Tuch from the Buffalo Sabres? Now, I got to decide on what I want to give up. Potentially Patrick Laine. He makes $8.7 million. That's a lot of money. Montreal would still be over the maximum salary cap for next season because of all of our extensions, so we'd have to give up more salary, probably in the form of Brendan Gallagher, and then maybe some draft picks. Let me go ahead. I want to throw in a first rounder. Do I give up the 2027? I think I do. Throw in the 2027 first round pick, and Alex Tuch is now a member of the Montreal Canadiens. 1 down, hopefully more to go. This might be a risky trade, but I don't even care. I'm going for it. Carey and a first rounder for this season for Vince Dunn from Seattle. They're not going to go for it. I have a feeling, though, I can make this work. If I throw in a 2nd, 6th, and a 7th, 6-7. Bang, there we go. On the behalf of the Seattle Kraken organization, I accept your offer. We'll see you out on the ice. I don't think New Jersey is going to go for this one, but Siegenthaler for Clevin, a 2nd and 2 third-round picks. Yeah, I don't think they're comfortable considering all the salary cap I want them to retain. Maybe if I throw in another 2nd-round pick into the trade. No, it's not going to happen. They don't want to retain salary. What if we don't have them retaining salary and we throw Josh Anderson into the deal? Wait, my bad. They're actually still retaining like 5% of salary. All right, 0%. Bang, there it is. It is a done deal, and I have completely overhauled this roster. Our decor now looks like this. We got Hudson still with Dobson, Vince Dunn alongside Jonas Siegenthaler, and then Jackson Lacombe and Caden Gooley. That is a damn good decor, on top of the fact that we throw in Alex Tuch on the wing alongside Drake Batherson and Ivan Demidov. We are ready for the postseason. We just have to make sure that we have a strong finish to the regular season. Sometimes after the trade deadline, my teams do tend to struggle. I don't know what it is with the EA Sim engine, but at the end of the day, the Montreal Canadiens right now, they are in a fantastic spot. We are going to end up finishing the regular season with 50 wins, 26 losses, 6 in overtime for 106 points. We got a very tough matchup in the Tampa Bay Lightning in the first round. No surprise to see the Florida Panthers dominating. They were the best team in hockey, but Montreal, a top 4 team in the National Hockey League, I think I did my job. Only Vegas and Tampa Bay alongside Florida were better, and at the bottom of the league, the San Jose Sharks. Anaheim was pretty bad. We got Ottawa, Detroit, and Los Angeles. I don't know what else to say, Vancouver. Quinn Hughes is gone. Nick Suzuki will be our leading scorer. The man had 31 goals, 92 points. Drake Batherson surprisingly had 80. Demidov, 75 as a rookie. Cole Caulfield had a 40-goal season. Even Uri Slavkovsky chipped in. Tuck was a great second line winger. And then Carey Price, 37, 21, and 6. 4 shutouts and only a 9-14. It is a different era that we are playing in. Sasha Barkov is going to lead the NHL in scoring with 113 points. Connor McDavid had 108, Ovi 105, Mikko Rantanen was up there, Sam Reinhart cracked 100, Leon Draisaitl only had 98, and a 40-year-old Alexander Ovechkin, 57 goals on the season. Reinhart had 52, passed to 51. We got TNT with 51. Val Nichushkin having a career high 47 goals. I mean, don't forget it, man. This guy's gotten in a lot of trouble with the law as of lately and with the team in Colorado. But the dude had 9 goals in 20 games in 22 and then was over a goal per game literally 2 years ago in the postseason. That dude can put the puck in the back of the net. Goaltending wise, Aiden Hill would end up having the most wins at 49. Carey Price only had 37. Shutout side, Dustin Wolf led the way with 7. Sergei Bobrovsky had 6. Skinner 6. Saros 6. This is not going to be easy whatsoever. Tampa Bay simulates very, very well in this game. They obviously have a stacked line with Gensel, Point, and Kucherov. Nikita Kucherov being a 97 overall. Borkstrand will play alongside Hagel and Cirelli. No Shorzy on the roster, thank God. But even now at their advanced age, they are still a very dangerous team. Victor Hedman is a 92 overall, and they have a 94 overall Andrei Vasilevsky. They are legit. Here we go, Montreal. We are going to take it game by game. First period, we're down by 2. Carey Price struggling back in the postseason, and we are going to drop game 1 3-1 in Tampa Bay. That is not good. We are going to end up dropping game 2 3-1 as well as we head back home to Le Montreal. Backs are pretty much against the wall at this point. Oh my God. It is the story of Carey Price's career. Absolutely zero goal-scoring support. We are going to have to face elimination. Game 4 in Montreal. First period, 2-1 lead. Thank you, Drake Batherson and Kirby Dack. We are leading by 1, entering the third. I mean, this smells like an opportunity for me to hop in and control Carey Price and bring the Montreal Canadiens their very first victory of the playoffs. Zach Bolduc will get a shorthander. I don't think I need to go in yet. We are leading by 3. It's a pretty comfortable lead. Hold up a minute. Things are getting scary. Now, if I'm going to hop in here, I can't look like a joke. I got to lock in. I have to cook. Otherwise, I look like a complete idiot. We got a 2-goal lead, 2:20 left to play in the third. Let's see if the Montreal Canadiens can do anything to help out Carey Price. That has not been the story of his career, but he's making a comeback, and things are different this time. Uh-oh, Nick Paul. He's into the zone. Paul trying to take a shot. I am all over the place right now. It feels so weird having a goaltender that gloves with his left hand. I'm used to Pekka Pasta. And there it is. The empty netter by Alex Tuck. His second of the night will seal the deal as the Montreal Canadiens will not be getting swept in the first round by the Tampa Bay Lightning. We are staying alive. We got to go back to Tampa Bay and win a hockey game. First period, 2-0 lead. Tuck and Demidov. Second period, Tampa Bay is going to cut it in half. Screw you, Oliver Borkstrand. The biggest third period of the season. We only have a 1-goal lead, but we have a prime Carey Price in the net. He routinely has been able to shut the door throughout the entirety of his career, but we got to remember the man is 38 years old. I know he's still a high overall, but he can get it done. No, Victor Hedman. Late stages of the third period. Listen, I'm going to be honest. We're probably better off with me not going between the pipes. I do not feel comfortable, and I do not want to be the reason why we lose this hockey game. Caulfield shot. Nice save by Vasilevsky. Instead, we can watch the amazing computer AI go back and forth against each other. Oh no, Gensel with the shot. Luckily, a big block by Lane Hudson. He turns it over though. Back to McDonough. Shot from the blue line. Saved by Price. We are down 3-1 in the series. We get this one. We go back to home ice, and we can force a game 7. Take it game by game. Nick Suzuki in the middle. He's getting rammed over. Uri Slafkovsky doing some good forechecking. Why Suzuki? Oh my God, Nick Suzuki. Lane Hudson over. Caulfield with a short side shot. And Vasilevsky will make the save. I completely have forgotten how bad the computer AI really is in this game. Oliver Borkstrand coming up the middle. He's into the zone. Borkstrand winds one up, but a good save by Price. Lane Hudson, break that puck out, buddy. All the way up to Demidov. Over to Alex Tuck into the zone. Tuck wires one, and Vasilevsky will cover it up again. I'm not going to lie, that was close. We get an offensive zone draw. Batherson, Demidov, and Tuck are out there on the ice. Come on, Drake. No, Drake, you lost the draw. You have to be better than that. Borkstrand turns that puck over. Here we go. Montreal on the counterattack. Drake Batherson is in. Batherson waiting. Firing one on net. A sneaky little shot, rebound, yes! There it is, Ivan Demidov, second of the night, will force a Game 6 back in Le Montreal. That is why all those years ago, Wayne Gretzky said, you miss 100% of the shots you do not take. Drake Batherson literally had no options. He was parked in the Rockstar zone, took a shot on net. Vasilevsky absolutely bobbled it. A rebound would pop free for Batherson. He couldn't bury it. Vasi actually made the save. And then on the rebound, Ivan Demidov through the legs of Drake Batherson. He pegged that man. And it's in the back of the net, and the Montreal Canadiens have forced a game number 6 in the very first round. All right, yet again on the ropes, facing elimination in Montreal. No score after the first period. Second period, we got a 1-0 lead. Thank you, Cock. That is his nickname. I need Carey Price to play the best hockey he has played in a half a decade. Since the 2021 playoff run, I need him to lock in. Last time we had the lead, we couldn't keep it. 5 minutes to go in the third period. Out shooting the Tampa Bay Lightning. The Montreal Canadiens have shut out Tampa Bay, and now in a winner-take-all Game 7, anything can happen. I cannot believe it. After being down 3-0, we actually forced a Game 7. First period, we got a 1-0 lead thanks to Uri Slafkovsky on the power play. Second period, we are in the same exact situation as last game entering the third. Uh-oh, the Lightning on the power play. This does not bode well for us at all. A long power play. They don't get anything on it, though. 9 minutes remaining in the third period of Game 7. On the road, can Carey Price come up clutch yet again for Le Montreal? Here we go. The final minute of hockey. Game 7, very first round. Montreal on the verge of history. The comeback kids yet again. Caulfield, just get it in deep. Do what you have to do to kill the clock. Tampa Bay, worst nightmare right now is the clock. Oh no, bad turnover, and here comes Tampa Bay. Braden Point the other way. They're going to pull their goaltender very, very soon here. There it is. Vasilevsky to the bench. Braden Point's into the zone. Braden Point shot. Saved by Price. Dobson, play it up. Suzuki, you gotta get it out, buddy. You're a captain. All the way up. Cole Caulfield with an empty netter to seal the deal. The Montreal Canadiens are what, the 6th or 7th team to complete an 0-3 comeback in Stanley Cup playoff history. The Lightning have completely choked away this series. What a goddamn shame. As if the Lightning weren't tough enough in the first round, we have to play the defending Stanley Cup champion, Florida Panthers. This is going to be tough. They went back-to-back for a reason. That top line is absolutely stacked, although Barkov in real life obviously got injured. Pray for that man. Kachuk's a 93, Barkov 96, Reinhardt is there, Mackie Samoskevich is playing second-line minutes, and then that third line, dude, Bennett, Marchand, and Luke Kunin. An 87, 89, and 81. That doesn't even make sense. Not even mentioning their great decor, Forsling, Ekblad, Seth Jones alongside Nico Mikkola, and then in goal, they have a 92 overall, Sergei Bobrovsky, who despite the fact is 37 years old, still plays amazing. We end up winning Game 1, 5-3. That is a strong start. Maybe we have all the momentum that we need right now. After clawing our way back in that Tampa Bay series, we have the confidence, we have the talent, we have the ability to beat the Florida Panthers. We are leading 3-1 in the series. In Florida in Game 5, it's not going to be easy. First period, 1-1 tie. Second period, still all knotted up at 1. After Florida takes the lead, Zach Bolduc is going to tie the game up once again. Kunin and Vince Dunn have the other goals in the hockey game. And this is a massive power play for Le Montreal. We don't get anything on it. 7 minutes to go. Yes, Uri Slafkovsky on Sergei Bobrovsky. I don't believe it. Fire me the hell up. 49 seconds to play in the third period. We have the opportunity to beat the Florida Panthers in 5 games. A fully healthy Florida squad, might I add. as long as Carey Price stays the course. Empty net for Florida. Here arrives Slavkovsky. Put it in, buddy. Yes! Second of the night for Slavkovsky, and the Montreal Canadiens, they might actually have an opportunity to go to the Eastern Conference Finals for the first time since 2021. Now, of course, Florida is the defending champ, so I'm going to stay in here, make sure no foolishness happens. We're leading by 2, 4-2 advantage, 38 seconds to go. I mean, I've seen worse things happen, dude. I really have. Florida, they don't have a lot of time, though. Sam Reinhart entering the zone. Here comes Reinhart trying to take a shot on net, but it gets blocked. Lane Hudson, we got an empty net to shoot at yet again. Dobson, move it up. There it is. Slavkovsky over to Nick Suzuki. Why, Suzuki? Put it in the net. Why are we giving Florida life right now? Reinhart, center it. Barkov, shot. And Carey Price will make the save. All we have to do is kill these 13 seconds. 13 seconds, 2-goal advantage. Barkov, he's going to win the draw. Back to the blue line. It is turned over by Florida. Demidov, sink it home, buddy. There it is. The Montreal Canadiens will play in the conference finals. You don't have to like it, but you have to accept it. We get the greatest goal scorer of all time in Alexander Ovechkin and Washington in the conference finals. Last season, this was the team that surprised everybody, and they're still very good. Strome's an 89, Ovi's still a 92, Alexei Protas playing second-line center alongside Connor McMichael and Tom Wilson. That top six is very good. They got a young guy in Ryan Leonard, who's only 21 years old, 81 overall in the fourth line. Chikrin and Carlson, Matt Roy and Faravari, Sandin and TVR. And then luckily, we have the massive advantage between the pipes. We are down 2-1 after the first 3 games in the series. Can we tie it up? Yes, we do. A best of 3 in the conference finals, and now we are 1 win away from potentially making the Cup finals in our very first season. Game 6 in Washington, what can we do? Entering the third, we're down. Alexei Protas has a lone goal. We have to rely on our offense now. No, Chicky! Jacob Chikrin, Protas chips in again. It looks like, yes, the Washington Capitals will force a Game 7 back in Montreal. Here we go. Game 7 of the conference finals on home ice. First period, we have a 1-1 tie. Nick Suzuki and Jason Zucker. Second period, oh my. These are 2 evenly matched teams. This is going to be an absolutely hell of a third period. Shots are 27-24. Washington on the power play. They do not capitalize. They're running away with the shots now. Dominating us in the third period. Can Carey Price hold down the fort? Yes! Where did Drake Batherson come from? Out of nowhere. Gives us the lead late in the third period. We are oh so close to the Cup finals. I can almost taste it. 40 seconds remaining, a 4-2 lead as Washington will empty their net. They're going to go for it all. And I mean, they have to. Their backs are against the wall. The Montreal Canadiens just playing greatly. And there it is. I don't think we have missed a single empty netter yet in the video. These guys are absolute snipers. Burying empty netter after empty netter after empty netter. And we are going to be playing in the Stanley Cup finals in 2026 with Carey Price between the pipes. What alternate reality are we currently living in right now? Because I literally cannot explain this. We might as well watch the final 30 seconds of the hockey game. Soak it all in, enjoy it, because the very next round, we could get absolutely plastered in 5 games, and the entire playoff run can be for nothing. Trust me, I'm an Oilers fan. I've witnessed back-to-back Cup finals and back-to-back Cup losses also, so you just got to enjoy the ride on the way there. It's not about the end point, it's about the journey, and this has been a hell of a journey for the Montreal Canadiens. They finally made the postseason last year for the first time since 2021, and now in 2026, they are headed to the Stanley Cup finals with an opportunity to finally win Carey Price that elusive Stanley Cup that he never got in his National Hockey League career. It will be the Vegas Golden Knights in the Stanley Cup finals. These guys matched up in the conference finals way back in 2021. It was the bubble season. The divisions were all over the place. We had an all-Canadian division. And now a best of 7 for Lord Stanley. Can we get it done for Sir Carey Price? Vegas overall, they do have a solid roster. Eichel and Marner are the 2 best players in this series. They're both a 94 overall. They got Barbashev playing alongside them. Dorofeyev with Hurdle and Stone. We got William Karlsson as a third-line center. Defensively, I think we're better. We got Hudson. We got Dobson. We have Vince Dunn. And we have a massive advantage in goal. Aiden Hill is only an 84 overall. We have been playing great goaltenders the entirety of the postseason. We actually now get a very mediocre goalie in Aiden Hill, who's only an 84, so we should be able to absolutely fill the net Let's fill the net, let's win the Stanley Cup, and let's beat everybody's most hated team in the National Hockey League. A 2-0 lead after the first 2 games. Game 3, home ice, a 3-1 victory, and now we have the opportunity. Game number 4 at the Bell Center to break the Canadian curse. Montreal was the last Canadian team to win it. Can they be the first one to win it again? It's a 3-0 deficit. Are you kidding me? Mitch Marner, Shea Theodore, and then in the second period, actually first period, it was Tomas Hertl. This third period is not looking good whatsoever. We're down by 3. We don't put up a lot of offense to begin with. Carey Price honestly didn't really have that great of a hockey game. Jake Evans gets us on the board. Too little, too late. We're most likely going to have to head to Vegas with an opportunity to win the Stanley Cup on the road instead of on home ice, as the Vegas Golden Knights will stay alive and force a Game 5. Take it game by game. Come on, Montreal. In Vegas, we are up by 1 after the first period thanks to Nick Suzuki's 2 goals, but it is all tied up at 3 entering the third, and then Mark Stone, the captain, will score on Carey Price, giving Vegas the lead here in the third period. They're trying to stay alive. There we go. Joe Veleno, our 4th line winger, but Brendan Saad right away. What is going on with Carey Price? Why is he shitting the bed in the biggest moment possible? 6 minutes to go in the third period. We are down by 2, and the Vegas Golden Knights have brought this series back to Montreal for a Game 6. Oh, this is not going to be good, is it? I'm going to make some slight changes to the lineup, throwing in Alex Tuch on our top line with Demidov and Suzuki. Batherson will play alongside Caulfield and Slavkovsky. Cotter, Doc, and Evans is fine. Defensively, I don't really know if I want to make any moves. I feel like, I mean, we did after. That was a bad game. I'm not going to lie. We gave up a lot of goals. I think it was like 6 goals. We should make some changes to our decor. We will go Dunn alongside Hudson, Siegenthaler, Dobson, and then leave our bottom pairing unit the same. Carey Price, brother, at 38 years old, this is probably the best opportunity you will ever have. Go out there, play a great hockey game, and get it done. That's all you have to do. The Bell Center is absolutely rocking. Game 6 Stanley Cup Finals. No! We're down by 1 after 1. Second period, it's a 2-0 lead for the Vegas Golden Knights, and it is looking like a complete choke job right now by Montreal. They are feeling the pressure. They're feeling what Tampa Bay felt in the very first round. Slavkovsky gets us back. Cole Caulfield ties the game up at 2. Another power play. Yes! Ivan Demidov goal on Adin Hill, and we are 5 minutes away from a Stanley Cup victory. This could be the moment that everybody has been waiting for. 2:33 left to play in the third period. We only have a 1-goal lead on home ice in Game 6 of the Cup Finals with the Stanley Cup in the building. The Montreal Canadiens, they were down 2-0 at one point in this hockey game. They've clawed their way back, taking the lead. And now we need Carey Price to do what Carey Price does best. Stop that goddamn black rubber thing. Do not allow it to get by you. Defense, defense, defense. 49 seconds to go in the third. Here comes Barbashev. Empty net for Vegas. Ivan Barbashev over, block shot, rebound. And Carey Price will deny Mitch Marner. You absolute bitch. For the first time in over 30 seasons, a Canadian team has the opportunity. They might actually get it done. It was Edmonton the last 2 seasons, and now it's Les Montreal. Defensive zone draw, though, in our own zone. Come on, Drake Batherson. I need you to win it, buddy. I need you to win this draw over Tomas Hertl. Yes, he snaps it back. Vince Dunn over to Caulfield. An empty net, Caulfield. Set it home, buddy. Okay, there it is. It was only a matter of time until they missed an empty netter. Mark Stone is going to counterattack. Less than 30 seconds to play here in the third. Stone firing it back. Turnover. Caulfield. Slavkovsky. Somebody go. 20 seconds left to play here in the third. Tomas Hertl. He's got to get it in deep. He's going to enter the zone. Hertl's in. Oh, no. He's got some room. Hertl doesn't get a great shot on net. 10 seconds to go. Slavkovsky to the outside. Over. And it's in the back of the net. Drake Batherson will bury it, extending our lead to 2. That is his 9th of the postseason, as the Montreal Canadiens will finally win Carey Price a Stanley Cup. His first season back, GM Pasta absolutely cooked. I overhauled the roster. I made us a much better hockey team, and we go all the way. It was looking very bleak. We were down 3-0 to the Lightning in round 1. I thought it was over. I thought we had no playoff run whatsoever. We clawed our way back, won a Game 7, dominated the defending champs. Ivan Demidov, the rookie, had 14 goals, 27 points, and a Conn Smythe trophy. That is absolutely legendary. And not even mentioning the fact that in the Stanley Cup Finals, the Montreal Canadiens almost blew a 3-0 2-0 lead. If we had to go back to a Game 7 in Vegas, it was not looking good for this squad, but luckily we got it done on home ice in the Bell Center. The last Canadian team to win the Stanley Cup was Montreal. It is only fitting that we are the ones to bring it back. Nick Suzuki, Stanley Cup champion. Very young in his NHL career still, but he has accomplished it all. Captained the Montreal Canadiens to a cup victory. How could I forget the backbone of this team? Carey Price, 96 overall, the best goaltender in the world in his prime, and finally we have won him a Stanley Cup with a good roster, a young superstar in the form of Ivan Demidov, literally a rookie in the NHL, probably going to win the Calder Trophy. He's got a Conn Smythe underneath his belt. Is he the only rookie skater to ever win the Conn Smythe? Let me know in the comments below. At the end of the day, it did not matter. It was a team effort in Montreal as the Canadiens get it done, going all the way and winning Carey Price finally a Stanley Cup. Boy, oh boy, was it ever a team effort. Demidov was our best forward, 14 goals, 27 points. Slavkovsky at 25. Drake Batherson with 23. Nick Suzuki, 23. Tuck at 10 and 10. And then for Carey Price between the pipes, 16-9-0. The man had 3 shutouts and a .927 save percentage. Honestly, there is a debate that he should have been the Conn Smythe winner. Regardless, the Montreal Canadiens are the Cup champs. Barkov will take home the Ted Lindsay, Art Ross and Hart Trophy, Ovi the Maurice Richard, Roman Josi the Norris, Demidov the Calder and Conn Smythe Trophy. Aiden Hill somehow won the Vezina. Please explain that to me. And then for the Selke Trophy, it will go to Connor McDavid from the Edmonton Oilers. We got guys like Nicholas Backstrom retiring from the National Hockey League. Logan Couture is gone. Leo Komarov. And for goaltenders, Carey Price has decided to stick around for another season. I have already won the Stanley Cup for Carey Price that we intended to do, so it is now time for me to sit back, relax, and watch the computer AIs do whatever they want to do with the Montreal Canadiens. I've done my job. I made trades, I signed players on good contracts. This team should be set up to win long term, although we do got to get back Jackson Lacombe, Paul Cotter, Kirby Dack. Carey Price's new contract will kick in after next season, but I don't know how many more seasons this man's gonna want to do. 96 overall, 38 years of age. I'm just gonna sit back, relax, and simulate the rest of his career. It looks like the computer AI actually did a decent job bringing everybody back. We still got Caulfield, Suzuki, Slavkovsky. Tuck will play alongside Kirby Dack and Ivan Demidov. The man is currently up to a 91 overall. Now, Dack, you're obviously not gonna play there. Our bottom 6 doesn't really fit chemistry-wise. Defensively, we're still loaded, and in goal, Carey Price is still a 96 overall, despite the fact that the man is 39. It's time to lock in, man. Let's go back to back. Let's win Carey Price another Stanley Cup. I did my job. It is now time for you to do yours. Gotta be honest, not really the strongest start to the season, 7-6-2. But listen, it's a marathon, not a sprint. I'm sure the Montreal Canadiens will be just fine in year number 2. We 100% took a step back. I mean, we were 3rd in our division, 44 win season, 31 regulation losses. That's a lot of losses. We got to play the Florida Panthers in round 1, which obviously is not going to be fun whatsoever, and the Tampa Bay Lightning, the most wins on the season with 51. Hockey still runs through the state of Florida. Cole Caulfield absolutely exploded this season. Career year, 54 goals, 85 points. That's more like it. We got Nick Suzuki, who at 79, Slavkovsky 64, Noah Dobson was good. Ivan Demidov took a step back, and oh my god, where the hell is Lane Hudson? Lane Hudson is not on our roster? Do we not re-sign the man? Well, I allowed the computer AI to cook and they burnt the meal. The good news is Price had 39 wins, 6 shutouts, and a .916 save percentage. The man is still a 95 overall. An absolute brick wall back there. And of course, we already know the Florida Panthers. It is not going to be an easy series whatsoever. They're going to be tough, man. We somehow actually beat them in 5 games last season. I have a feeling things might be a little bit different this year. No, Lane Hudson is crazy. I didn't even realize it when I was going through the lineup that we ended up losing Lane Hudson in the offseason. What an absolutely tragic decision after winning Lord Stanley. And there we go. There's our payback. We end up losing in 6 games against the Panthers. Cole Caulfield was our best player in the first round, and he was not even point per game. And a -5. Can't happen. Nick Suzuki had 5 points, Slavkovsky 4. We didn't nearly get enough offense to win that series, and Carey Price, I'm gonna be honest, not your best showing. To cap off the madness, we got the Philadelphia Flyers beating the Calgary Flames in the Stanley Cup Finals. I mean, what are we doing here? William Nylander will take home the Ted Lindsay, Art Ross and Hart Trophy. Matthews, the Maurice Richard. Cale Makar is going to take home the Norris. Rutger McGroarty, the Calder. Forchester, the Conn Smythe. Vasilevsky, the Vezina. And the Selke to Anze Kopitar. Absolute legend. Goodbye to a 41-year-old Alexander Ovechkin. The man is going to retire with over 1,000 NHL career goals. Corey Perry has called it a career. Brent Burns, Ryan Suter, and Alex Pietrangelo. And for Carey Price, he's coming back for at least one more year. I cannot even lie. The computer AI have a ton to do in the offseason. The first thing is to re-sign Ivan Demidov. And now we got a 39-year-old, 94 overall Carey Price making 7.2. Oh, am I ever glad we won the cup in year one. All right, the bad news is no Ivan Demidov in the lineup. I guess the computer AIs, they just can't do their job. We still got Dobson done, and Lane Hudson is back. Can somebody explain to me where this man was last season? He completely disappeared for an entire year, and I guess he just did not decide. Actually, he did play. I don't know where the hell he went for that season, but he just completely disappeared last year. And now we have Carey Price down to a 92 overall at 40 years of age. This guy does not have a lot of time left. We don't even have Marty St. Louis as our head coach anymore. This is not even the Montreal Canadiens that I know. The Montreal Canadiens' downfall needs to be studied. 37, 36, and 9. We have been in a free fall, a complete descent into madness. This team is garbage. On the bright side, though, Cole Caulfield is a bona fide scorer. 65 goals, 98 points, by far and away our best player. He's only a 91 overall simulating like this. Don't understand how. Nick Suzuki had 87, Uri Slavkovsky 71. Lane Hudson is back on Montreal. Didn't really have that good of an effect. And Carey Price at 40 years old. The man is a 92 overall and definitely not simulating like he once was. The longer we go, the more proud I am that we won in the very first season. As we simulate to the NHL draft, and most likely Carey Price probably will call it a career. I'm not expecting him to come back for his age 41 season. The dude is probably done at this point. The Colorado Avalanche will win the Stanley Cup, dominating Tampa Bay in 5 games. All right. This is enough. Carey Price wants to come back for another season, but fuck that. I'm not coming back.